Guys, there's no such thing as bad food. It just doesn't exist when it comes to fat loss. Yes, there are foods that are more nutritious and vitamin and mineral and nutrient rich, which is what nutritious means. So I just figured I'd double up on that. But when it comes to fat loss, there's no such thing as good and bad food. Your body doesn't think that way. It doesn't know that. All it knows is too much of anything, right? So if you're exceeding your caloric limit daily on the regular or over time, you're not going to lose weight. And what most of us do is we kind of tread water. We create a calorie deficit during the week, and then the weekends come and we go over by that same amount of deficit. It averages out, we don't lose any weight. So the reason I wanted to bring this to you today is that thinking that there's good and bad foods complicates things when it comes to fat loss, because then we start to restrict, which makes the process far less enjoyable and unsustainable. So if you understand that you can have pasta is not a bad food, alcohol is not a bad thing, Cheerios aren't junk food. Again, yes, there are more nutritious foods, vegetables, good lean proteins, of course, all that stuff. But what we're talking about is fat loss, and thinking good and bad overcomplicates the process. We have a minimal menu that we've put together that I'm going to start sharing with you guys that kind of highlights that fact that there are no bad foods. What you'll find in not the main food group is a food like avocados, right? And avocados are one of the healthiest foods on earth nutritionally. Like it's a fantastic food. So we're putting that outside of the main category and the sides category. We have mains, sides, and desserts. We're putting them in the sides category because it's super high calorically. So you have to watch the amount of avocado you're eating depending on what you're eating aside from that for the rest of the day. But the idea of good and bad foods doesn't exist. The quicker you can erase that, the simpler the process becomes, and you can kind of get on with your life. You just have to make space for the foods you enjoy, and you got to create big enough deficits when you can, so then when you do want to kick back and have a ton of any one thing, pizza, for example, pizza is higher in calories, of course, but you can do that. So erase the idea of good and bad foods, set yourself free, understand the nutrition and fat loss. When it comes to fat loss, this specifically calories in versus calories out, and creating a deficit over time. Again, yes, for anybody that chimes in about it, there are healthier foods, and some foods do affect the body differently, but we're not getting into all that today. We're just talking about, if all else is equal, the amount of calories you burn versus the amount you consume dictates how much you weigh, period. Keep the questions coming. Let me know what you guys think about this. I want to dive deeper on nutrition more and more with you guys, but we got to cover the basics, and this is one of the basics. Let me know what you think. Thank you so much for liking, subscribing, sharing, signing up for the text platform. We really appreciate you guys. Send it on to as many people as you know who needs it. We'll see you soon.